persons started to recognize me as voice box, and some of these said artists, Vanessa,
But the public
throughout
want
the
know,
time,
the public want to know who they
the
are. You
public,
can't.
I want the public to also pay attention as well, because these people, as I said, they're popular. So without saying any names, because
Pelpa time protection.
All right, guys. So welcome to Real Talk. You know, I'm your host Vanessa, and I'm here with Miss.
Ramona Samuels. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, darling. How are you?
I'm really good. I'm happy to be here. This is fun.
That's good. So she is the founder and owner of
The Voice Box. Yes.
the Voice Box. This sound very interesting, very intriguing. How you come up with all of this?
Well, in 2010, Vanessa, whilst I tried to find a job in media, Jamaican media, because I don't know if you know, I do television presenting, or I did that in the past, radio presenting and radio production as well. Before I gained employment in any Jamaican media, in any traditional media space, I started a business called The Voice Box. And with that business, I offered the services of voiceover production, live stage personality or MC, Master of Ceremony, and also the business is registered to do film production. So I was just trying to be creative, enterprising, young girl in my early 20s, early to mid 20s. I wanted to do something with the talent that I had or have and the things that I love. So I wanted to make money from it naturally. So I decided to create a brand and a business, and I registered it. And here I am 14 years later, still the founder, still the creative director, still the boss of the brand that I created, which is the Voice Box.
So under the Voice Box, do
Yes.
you have any other brands?
Well, yes, I have my YouTube channel, Ramona Samuels TV, and that is what I use as the platform for the film production for now.
All right. So what's inspired you, to create this line of business?
Well, I just love talking to people. I love performing. I grew up dancing, doing ballet. And, I just wanted to have something for me, for myself. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be someone who is respected with my talent, my craft, which is speaking, interacting, interviewing, just like what you're doing. And I wanted to spice it up a bit by offering voiceover production. So with the voiceover production side, I voice commercials, I write short scripts for commercials, and just produce voiceovers in and of itself for brands, businesses, parties, products, you name it. I can build one right now for Pelpa Time Productions, the Voice Box. We do it.
You can build it on spot, or you have to go back in your office and get creative.
Who knows? Definitely going to the drawing board to get creative, to bring out the best in the script and the best of what you want Pelpa Time or whatever brand to suggest, or that you want the market, the listeners, the consumers out there to know about your brand, your product and event. You'd want those specificities in the script. So with that, I just felt like I needed to register it, own it, or carve a space for myself.
All right. So why this? That's a dog world, right?
Yeah,
why you choose this line? Why not open a store with a clothing brand or a restaurant?
I know.
This is a man's world. Let me put it like that, because they often say this is a man's world.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're strong enough? Even though 14 years later, I'm sure
Yeah.
you had a lot of competition.
Yes.
Probably still having competition.
Yes.
How you cope with all of that?
I just be myself. And if clients want what I have to offer, then I put my best towards it, and I just do it. I have clients throughout the years. I've had persons in Cayman reach out and they want me to produce their voiceover. Persons United States, DJs from Australia and Russia want me to voice their DJ drops. Brands, big mentionable brands in Jamaica, I voiced commercials for them.
You said Russian. Are we bilingual or
Not
how the
necessarily.
languages go?
What I do sometimes is I try to incorporate a different accent, and a person personality in the vibe, and it's a flair. That's what it is. It's a form of expression as well, Vanessa. If I want to become mamacita,
Oh,
ooh,
Jesus.
señorita, then we can put that spice in your commercial or your narration or your video or your DJ drop. And I just didn't want to be Ramona, the girl who did the voiceovers, or Ramona, the girl who can talk and switch it up on mic. I wanted to have a business, a brand, something that is separate from me, but still me. Yeah.
Understood. All right. So, were some of the challenges? You said 14 years ago.
14 years.
You were probably, you said, mid-20,
Yeah.
as a young girl, trying out to make it in this line of work. As I said, it is a dog world in this line that we're in. What were some of your obstacles back then?
Well, finding money for marketing, because if you have a business and a brand, naturally you'd have to put together marketing campaigns or just something to let the public know about you. And sometimes, money, I mean, not sometimes, all the times, right? All the times we need money, especially to market and promote our brand. But what I used was social media. I used up Twitter, I used up Facebook, I used up Instagram. I'm still doing that till this day to promote my brand and my business. And some of the challenges outside of the money as well, till this day, I'm glad you asked that and you kept preempting me to mention it, is persons are out there using the same brand name that I have. So a major challenge right now is to differentiate and for the public to understand about the varying brands or the variations of what came after I started it. There are persons out there now who have same or similar name, the voice box. I registered mine. I'm not certain at all if they registered theirs. I did some checking. It doesn't seem as if they did. But that's a major challenge now because I have that brand identity and I've held on to it for a while. So to see others who are in a more public position than I am, even though I do work in the public space.
Oh, like you say they're more popular than you?
Yeah, there are persons who are far more popular and loved, persons who I love, by the way. Yeah.
Wait, so is a friend that competes with you? Is that what you're saying?
It's not a friend competing with me. Without getting too much into the other brands that I see now using the same name that I started in 2010, it's just persons who have a bigger platform.
Understood.
And, it's fine about the bigger platform, but in my thoughts, it may not be as fine to have same or similar name. It's a small Jamaica.
There can be a lot of difference, you can probably spell different, you can probably have something else at the end. Are you sure it's exactly like yours?
Yeah, from what I saw.
The exact same thing?
Definitely 100%, yes.
So what do you plan to do about this?
I'm just observing and I'm learning along the way. I'm learning about infringement. I'm learning about trademarks. I'm learning about the variations, just as you mentioned. That's a good point. Variations. I'm learning about how to, be distinctive. That's why I said to you, just being myself and putting who I am into it, even though with the brand, the voice box, I have outsourced other voice personalities and voice actors and actresses. So it's not me alone, but standing as the founder and the creator, that's a challenge, separating yourself from maybe who might have a bigger audience.
All right, you said it's international. You have Russia, all over the world. Yes. So how do you plan to incorporate that? You're Jamaican based, even though you might travel. How do you plan to incorporate some of, put some of the Jamaican along with these other countries?
You know what, Vanessa? With this brand, it allows me to be creative. It allows me to meet all various types of people. And it allows me to be flexible. So just continuing to use social media to help leverage me. I leverage the brand, cross those borders, and whatever comes towards me, that is in support of the brand or in support of expanding the brand or whatever project that I can take on, I just plan to go head on and push forth and use up the opportunities like this, what you have given me, what Pelpa Time Productions have given me, and just hope to continue doing what I do, what I've been doing for 14 years, and do it to the best of my ability.
All right, that's so true. But, along the way, have you ever thought of branching off?
As in...
Something else.
You mean quit voice box altogether?
No,
Oh, Jesus.
other brands to voice box. You already said you have your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Do you
Ramona
plan
Samuels
to do
TV.
other brands under?
You never can tell. I am an open-minded person. I enjoy learning new things, going out there. I believe in being a global person. All of us are citizens of the globe, not just of Jamaica.
True.
I feel like I'm a global citizen. I love to travel. You never can tell what will happen with the voice box in terms of the brand that I started in 2010. I'm excited.
All right, so some of the Jamaican companies that you did some work with.
Yeah.
Can you tell with some of these companies?
Yes, I've voiced commercials for Heineken, believe it or not. I voiced commercials or a tag for SSL. I know that SSL is a little bit...
That's the old Usain Bolt saga.
Back in the day, I did some taglines for them. I've done for ATI. I've done for a whole bunch of parties, especially back in the day. But when I started, I used to go really hard with promoting on Twitter and Facebook. I did paid ads on Facebook, and it allowed me to meet persons from all over the world just by messaging and email. So definitely expansion and new ideas and moving ahead with what the brand can become. I'm interested and I'm excited about that.
All right, so what are some of the brands, some of the other top companies that you would want to work with moving forward?
A lot of them and all of them, because brands these days, they will always need a voice. Companies these days will always need an MC and narrational videos. We're in the day and age of online presentations, and if a company needs a presenter for a video, a promotional announcement, something like this will always be needed. And believe it or not, the film production side is in close proximity to Pelpa Time Productions.
So we can look for some short movies coming soon.
You never can tell, Vanessa. I'm open for a lot of things. I did drama in school, and as I said, being a creative doesn't box you and label you. You can be anything. It's diverse, it's expansive, and it's fun. So I've incorporated all of that into the voice box.
All right, so earlier you said you used to go hard on all the social media platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Lately we come along with Instagram, Threads, a few more, so you're not going as hard as you used to?
Well, I tried a different approach. I was on radio for a long time. Well, long enough.
Which radio station was this?
A radio station. I was on it. And I was doing really well with an afternoon program. I've since moved away from that because I was pumping a lot of my energy and a lot of my knowledge and my ideas into media, traditional media. Because I do writing, and as I said in the past, I did television presenting. But before the radio station, before the TV station, I did the voice box and I registered it, and it was my baby. It was a part of me, and it still is. I got some work and I crossed the borders, as I said, in terms of the clientele that I received. So I dabbled in the media, and I wasn't necessarily promoting the voice box in these online spaces as I did initially, but I never discontinued the business. I never discontinued the services, and persons began to really persons all call me voice box.
Yeah,
Persons
well, it is your brand.
Right, persons didn't even call me Ramona much anymore. They would say voice box.
I'm not Vanessa on the road, I'm Pelpa.
You're a Pelpa, see there? Exactly. And artists who knew how I started out, because these commercials that I would produce, I would go to same studios as a lot of the popular artists that you love out there and that you know, and I would book my studio time and I would produce these voiceovers. I would get the job done. So persons started to recognize me as voice box, and some of these said artists, Vanessa, what they did was reached out to me. You know, they say, hey, how such and such have the name there and your voice box, and you know, yes, such and such is you know who they are. Um,
But the public
Throughout
want
the
know.
time,
The public want to know who they
the
are. You
public,
can't just say such
no,
and
the public
such.
will know eventually, and I want the public to also pay attention as well, because these people, as I said, they're popular. So without saying any names, because I love and respect them, being on radio, I played their songs.
Oh.
I've written about them.
Are we talking about artists?
Definitely. Two
Okay.
artists right now that I can think of. But I'm not going to say their name, because the public, them know for the them research. Public know for dabbling things.
Hey,
And
remember that everything is on social media, you know. And this
they
is the
can-
said social media you used to boost your thing. So
Yeah.
maybe they're over there doing their thing as well.
I'm sure they are, Vanessa. But when I looked at the Registration of Business Names Act in Jamaica, I was of the impression that if you registered X, then X would belong to your brand
Yeah,
identity. I was of that
definitely.
impression. Going through this now, where I see others using same or similar brand name, I have gone further into learning about the Registration of Business Names Act, learning about the Companies Act, learning about trademark, learning about infringement, learning about copyright. I've been learning more about it, and I'm still on that journey, because I realize that the same act has a lot of different sections and subsections and different
Definitely.
areas that
Different clauses.
aren't readily advertised to prospective business owners and persons like you and I and the public who may want to register their brand.
But this is why they say always read the fine print.
Always read the fine prints. But yet still, you may not thrive if you don't go ahead and do that registration.
All right, so one important question. How long has it been since you register or claim the
Yeah,
voice
man,
box?
14 years
14
now, 2010.
years. Okay.
2010.
So
I have my certificates, I have
you
my
did it
documents.
the right way.
I definitely did.
So I don't think you need to worry then.
Well, let's see, Vanessa, let's see.
You know, it's first come, first serve, right?
First come, first serve. Excellent point. Thank you very much.
I don't see you look like you're scared or you're worried that you're going to lose your brand or anything. You
No.
have that confidence that
Yeah, man, I don't
you
think
will.
I'm going to lose anything at all. I'm just looking forward to seeing what can come out of my concern for others using same or similar brand. If I am in some form of, if I have any ignorant understanding, I'm willing to learn, and always willing to learn. And as I said, it's been my baby for a while, without being emotional, but rather professional and respectful, and just going by what the law has mandated.
Understood. So this is now your sole focus, the voice box. No more working on the radio, no more working in the stores, no more. You're just solely focused and building your brand.
For now, I would say yes. If opportunities for radio and television were to come at me, I would definitely look at it and grab it, because I have a love for that. And I'm not going to limit myself because of X, Y, and Z. But I definitely want to focus my presence, my natural resources, my expertise on what belongs to me, on what I am. And I want to encourage other young women out there, and young men, and older women and older men, to work on your craft, build your brand, build your identity, and stick to it. Sometimes money is a challenge, not sometimes, maybe all the times.
99% of the
right?
time.
But your brain power, your willpower, your love of what you have and what you want, nobody can take that away from you. And I'm just happy that I've gotten this opportunity, Vanessa, with you to mention that, encourage all of us, and seal the identity.
So you're more leaning towards the entrepreneurship
I
side.
love entrepreneurship. I want to be an entrepreneur.
You
know
are
what
an
I mean? I am
entrepreneur.
an entrepreneur. I want to be successful. We all do. And I want to stake the claim and restamp and just refocus on what I did initially.
All right, so coming soon, what are some of the ads or some of the companies that is in the pipeline now?
Yeah, man, a whole heap of them, man, Vanessa.
Let's get the people
So
more
much we can't even
sure.
talk about it. You know what? I've realized? I have asked brands and producers that have given me gigs and work to do. Hey, can I mention this? Can I put this on my social media to say that I did this? And they don't want to. They just want you to sometimes do the work, deliver it, they pay you, and, God go with you.
Yeah, but that's how these things go, Once you collect your money, all contents belong to them.
Well, there you have it. When it's out now, after they have let
it out.
out or published their productions or their advertisements or advertised whatever event, then no, I can definitely say, hey, I was a part of that. Hey, I produced that. Hey, I can put it as part of my clientele. But sometimes when it's in the works, in the making, in the midst, cooking in the lab, as some of your friends would say, your big producers, and then people that may see you talked and have on Pelpa time, it's cooking in the lab and we don't really want to talk about it. But big things in the making, looking forward to it, and God bless the Most High.
All right, so for instance, somebody want to book you or
yeah.
they want to reach out to you to find out how you do this. How can they go about doing that?
Yes, so serious business only, guys. You can reach me at voicebox.ja@gmail.com. You can reach me at The Voice Box Global on Instagram or Ramona Samuels on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok at Ramona Samuels. And Facebook, the internet is there. Ramona Samuels, The Voice Box Global, or The Voice Box Jamaica. You can't miss it. Not to be confused with others who may have same or similar name. If it's not Ramona Samuels and you'd want my service, then if you see the other brand, then it wouldn't be me. You know what I mean?
Understood. So on all social media platforms, it is The Voice Box.
Yes, The Voice Box Global right now on Instagram, because I quickly added global to it to quick and differentiate,
Right.
from some of the things that I saw out there. So it's The Voice Box Global once again on Instagram. To email, it's voicebox.ja@gmail.com. And they'll be doing legitimate business with someone who is registered and passionate about her craft for the past 14 years.
All right, so since I don't want to call nobody name,
Yeah.
until next time further up when all this is sorted out, we can probably sit down and talk, and you tell me all about the experience, the fight and the quarrel and the
Jesus.
fuss and the names them what you don't want to call.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't want it to be a fight, fuss, and quarrel. It's a misunderstanding
This
right
is
now.
Jamaica. A
Oh,
little
Jesus.
bit of that I got in it.
Well, yeah. But hopefully we can do things in a civil manner and be the difference. Because if, as you said, this is Jamaica, it's out there. Sometimes we have to be that change and be that difference. However, I have expressed myself strongly on my social media pages in about 3, well, not strongly, but, clearly, succinctly. And it's clear that I am excited about my brand and what I started 14 years ago.
All right, they say you have two particular persons in mind who are using the
Yeah.
same name.
Yeah.
What would you like to say to them?
Hi guys, for many years I've been a huge fan of both of you. Huge fan, a consumer of the culture, my Jamaican culture. You guys are producers of music. Some of you work in similar field as I do. I want to let you know that when I started the Voice Box, I started with little or nothing, and just the vision and the dream that I had. I went the route of doing it legally with the Company's Office of Jamaica, registering it. And it would be nice if maybe they could stop using it. You guys maybe could stop using it, or you never can tell. As we mentioned, working things out in a civil manner, we can have discussions and see what kind of variations, if possible, if necessary, can come out of it. So all parties can have an amicable and just, respectable ending. Not ending, but continuation, moving forward. With their brand and with their enterprise. And as I said, I want to stress, it's so weird for me. I've been a huge fan of these persons. Yeah, you know, when I call them name right now, people are going to say, I should not call a name. What should bother with whatever, and ray. But, you know, let's see what happens from this first, and then, yeah.
All right. So there you have it, guys. You know, special guest Ramona, owner of The Voice Box. Also, our YouTube channel is
Ramona Samuels TV. Subscribe, like, share, guys.
All right, so, you know, it's Real Talk, and I'm your host, Vanessa. Until next time, you know, it's Pelpa Time TV.
Yeah.
Boom! Pelpa Time Production. Big up to all of my viewers all over the world. You don't know. Big up to all who lock into Pelpa Time TV over the years. You don't know. Link with, and you get your music video shoot, direct and edit, your wedding, your funeral, party, stage show, photo shoot, you name it. So just check the information on the screen and lock in to Pelpa Time TV Production. Big up on yourself.
Pelpa TV!
Pelpa Time. Pelpa Time. Room.
Pelpa Time Production.
Pelpa Time.
Pelpa Time Production.
Pelpa TV.
For Pelpa Time.
It's a Pelpa Time, you know it's that time. Pelpa Time TV.
I'm governor representing of Pelpa Time, you know.
Pelpa Time, you know what the thing tough?
I when I say Pelpa Time, I'm more like more.
Can't mix up Pelpa Time thing with no coffee.
Yeah, man, a Pelpa Time, and I represent for you. See, with Pelpa Time.
Pelpa Time right now.
Oh, Pelpa Time, I want to them.
Pelpa Time TV.
Pelpa Time.
Down for Pelpa Time Productions.
Pelpa Time Production. It does
Represent for Pelpa TV.
Pelpa Time TV.
Pelpa Time. Yeah, let them get the belt on time, you know.
It's all about Pelpa Time. Keep it locked.
Time represent for Pelpa, be a badness.
Pelpa TV, our TV.
It's Pelpa Time TV. Cross.
Pelpa Time Protection.